Hello YouTube, welcome back to my channel, and in this video I'll be giving you a full review on the HTC 10. The HTC 10 is the flagship phone from HTC, which was launched in May this year. I've had the phone for 4 months, and initially when the phone was launched it had some issues, including camera performance issues, especially when it came to focusing, and also some performance issues in general where the phone was lagging. Now those of you following social media, I've been updating you guys all the way along, including both these issues, which were eventually addressed by 2 updates launched by HTC. One update was launched in June and the other one was launched in August, and I took screenshots of them just to show you guys what has been happening so far. Okay, so the first update, like I said, came in June. There we go. I took a screenshot in June, and you can see it's here 482.56 meg. So it was a huge, massive update, nearly 500 meg, and it included various enhancements and bug fixes, including system enhancements and also Android security patches. And then we had another update which was launched in August this year, just last month. There we go. Another update at 360.73 meg, and this update was specifically pointing towards the camera performance enhancements. This was one of the major issues which we had with the camera on the HTC 10, and I did also upload a few samples on my channel showing you live how the camera was unable to focus under certain conditions, and also system stability improvements and Google security announcements as well. So ever since I had the handset, there have been 2 major updates to HTC 10, and things have massively improved. Yesterday I also recorded a few videos with the front and the back cameras. I'm sure most of you must have seen them already. If you haven't, please go and check them out. I'll also leave links down below should you wish to have a look. Okay, now that we know that we had 2 big OTA updates from HTC, now let's have a look at the final version and see what version of Android and software from HTC we are running. So settings, about phone, software information. Here you can see it's running 6.0.1 Marshmallow, and also Android security patch level on the 1st of July. Now they're lagging a bit, at least a couple of months, and I hope at some point they will catch up and give us more patch level updates, maybe till at least until September, because so far I haven't received nothing as of now. Okay, and the software number is 1.90.401.5, as you can see clearly here in the video. So this is the latest update, and this is what I've been updating you guys all the way across. So whatever I'm going to talk about now will be based on this update in the UK, 1st July patch level update, and also 6.0.1 Marshmallow. Okay, so without wasting any more time, let's quickly get started. Okay, so let's quickly talk about, first of all, the fingerprint sensor. Now, as you guys know, that HTC were a bit late to the fingerprint sensor party. It was all Apple and Samsung initially, but eventually they have caught up, and finally they got our fingerprint sensor, which is respectable, fast and accurate. As you can see, it's located right at the bottom of the phone, just there. So unlike the iPhone and the S7 Edge or the S7, you don't have to physically press the button. All you have to do is put your thumb on top, boom, and it opens up straight away without any issues. That's the one thing I love about this sensor. You don't have to physically press. There's no spring mechanism in there for you to press. All you have to do is just put your thumb on top like that, and it opens up straight away. So far it's been very accurate, very responsive, and very, very nice to the touch. You don't have to, like I said, press nothing at all. Just push your thumb like that, boom, and it opens up straight away. I also got my finger also configured as well, so if you put your finger, boom, and it opens straight away. It's very, very accurate, and I've had no issues with it whatsoever. And the updates we spoke about earlier, the 2 big updates, it had no issues on the fingerprint sensor. It continues to work smoothly and very, very efficiently and very accurately, so no problems here whatsoever. Now the $1 million question, how's the performance on the HTC 10? I know lots of you watching it right now were very concerned initially when I reported lag, and you wanted to know how the performance on the phone is as of now. Well, I can tell you that after the first 2 updates now, the performance has dramatically improved. It was laggy, even the widgets and everything, the icons, I was moving across the screens and they were stuttering. I don't know if you guys remember, especially those of you who follow me. I did post a small clip on my social media, on my Google Plus, and also on my Facebook page as well, and I showed you guys clearly how laggy the phone was. I'm happy to report now that the phone is not laggy anymore. It's very smooth, very nice, and very accurate, and no issues here whatsoever. Everything opens up really, really quick. Even pinch to zoom on Chrome, which was a bit laggy as well, has got no lag here anymore, which was present. So we'll even be moving across between different tabs. It was laggy, but I can tell you now it's very, very snappy, very quick, and no issues here so far from what I can see. Everything opens up really quick and no problems as far as I can tell. You open all the apps, Instagram, this, that, everything else, Twitter. It opens really quick. The Snapdragon 820 along with 4 gigs of RAM is making the phone run really smooth. Obviously HTC's optimizations were not present earlier, but I can tell you now everything is superb and super smooth. So if performance is your issue, don't be worried about it. This phone is as smooth as an HTC phone has ever been, even quicker than many phones that I've used over the years. So top performer. Also, let's have a look at the RAM management. So let's get into settings and let's get into the memory bit and see how efficiently the phone is running when it comes to RAM management. Okay, memory, there we go. As you can see, out of the 4 gig at the moment we have 1.9 gig available, which is free. So that's fantastic. On a Galaxy S7 Edge or any other heavy skin device, you probably won't find more than 600 or maybe 500 meg, or at most 1 gig. But when it comes to HTC 10 and the optimizations, we all know they are the best when it comes to RAM management and performance. So as you can see, it's clearly 1.9 gigs of RAM free as opposed to other heavy skin devices like the Galaxy devices. Also, I'm sure you must be thinking how many apps have I gone installed on the phone. But like I said, I've had the phone for 4 months and I've installed many apps. I'll quickly show you how many apps I've got. So I'm going to the Play Store, showing you all the apps that I've got here, all the updated apps here as well, which need to obviously updating, and going all the way across down there. So loads of apps, about 44, 50 apps here installed all the way across, as you can see, and then a few up there on top as well. So around 50 to 60 apps I would say I've been using. I'm not an app heavy person, but I do use my phone a lot when it comes to social media and also making phone calls and stuff. So my phone stay very busy, lots of emails coming in through 3-4 accounts syncing at the same time. So it's a very busy phone, and all of my phones are the same as well. So when it comes to testing and showing you the performance, be rest assured that it's based on very heavy use and not like just a few apps and 10 odd apps and nothing else. So performance is very nice. Even if you upload or download more apps on the phone, I'm pretty sure the performance will not be affected. So from my side, performance now on the HTC 10 is a 10 out of 10 and no issues here whatsoever. Okay, another area of concern, the camera. Now, I personally had a few issues with the camera as well, and lots of people have been asking me this question ever since I had the phone. How's the camera, Jay, so far on the HTC 10? Well, I can tell you, after the 2 big huge updates we spoke about earlier in the video, the camera has improved dramatically, in fact massively. It's not still as good as the S7 Edge, but it is pretty much, I would say, the second or the third best camera in the market. When it comes to picture quality, it's quick and fast, bringing plenty of light from the sensor at the back as well, and also the ultra pixel sensor at the front is taking some good selfies and good pictures. In fact, I can show you some pictures I took yesterday. Wasn't when I was doing my car log, a vlog. I took some selfies, and I'll quickly show you the selfies I took, so that will give you an idea. Let me increase the brightness up to max. There we go. And let's go here. There we go. So that was the selfies I was taking yesterday in my car during daytime using the ultra pixel sensor at the front. So, and when it comes to quality of the pictures, absolutely no problems here. It's very accurate, very nice, and I love this shot. And all of those out there who love Android, you know what this picture means anyway. Okay, so there we go again, double tapping, zooming in all the way in, and the quality remains very good intact considering it's only I think a 5 megapixel camera. Okay, there you go again, another one, me in my crazy mode whilst driving, both hands not on the steering, and obviously pointing toward the shirt that I am wearing. So selfie camera is pretty decent, not too bad, decent enough quality, and you will probably enjoy taking selfies with this phone. Also the back camera, I thought instead of showing you older pictures, I'll take some live pictures now so that I can show you how the camera on the HTC 10 is like. So I've got this few products here, got some cod liver oil and also some facial wash gel. So let's take a photo now, a couple of photos, and see how it comes out. Okay, I'm recording by the way with the Galaxy S7 Edge, as you can see. Okay, let's turn the camera around. Okay, see if we can change the aspect here. HDR auto. Let's keep it. Why is it so short though? It should be a bit slightly. I think there's a setting here where you can just go and you can change your aspect ratio of the phone. There you go. Yeah. Okay, 16:9. At least you guys can see now. Okay, so I'll take a few pictures here then. Let's take a picture here. There we go. I got the flash off by the way because I want to see how this sensor takes pictures in just in difficult low light conditions without any flash. Okay, As you can see, it can focus pretty quickly, not too bad. Also, I got an Android here, Andy the Android, so let's take a picture of that. There we go. And also, I got my mobile phone holder from Daffodils, so let's take a picture of that as well. There you go. We can make it slightly brighter. There we go. A bit more, and then take a picture now. Okay, now let's have a look at these pictures. Often when I do these live camera shoots, often people complain that, Jay, you only take one picture and then you make a you come to a conclusion. I'd rather take quite a few this time around just to show you guys. There we go. I'll bring the camera a bit more close, bring the phone a bit more close to the camera. There you go. As you can see, Daffodils is pretty clear and not too bad. So decent enough text, decent quality. Even at the back, you can see here at the item here, it says normal and combination skin, cleanses and invigorates. So you can read very clearly. Even if you zoom in all the way, it doesn't lose its quality. So this time around, like I said, the camera on the HTC 10 is really nice. Okay, another one here, and then another one. Andy the Android, let's zoom in and have a look. There we go. You can see a bit of scratches on top of his, close to his eyes and stuff. You can even see the image that whilst we are taking photos, so not too bad. Keeping in mind that the conditions are difficult at the moment. It's night time and it's not the ideal state to take pictures. Once again, you can see here a pretty clear, not too bad. Let's zoom in. There we go. As you can see all the way, not too bad. You can see the crisp picture, and also you can see the contrast and the color balance is very natural. Nothing is over saturated. Again here, cod liver oil, double tap, nice picture quality. So the camera shutter speed is very good as well, and also the camera quality seems to be doing pretty decent and not too bad. So the camera on the phone is pretty good, guys. So it's not too bad, and I think it will serve the purpose now. Is it any good, any better than the S7 Edge? I would say not really. The pictures might be on par with the HTC with the S7 Edge, sorry. But when it comes to video quality, I think the S7 Edge still has a slight bit of edge when it comes to video quality. When it comes to OnePlus 3's camera, it's pretty much on par with the OnePlus 3. But I think again, OnePlus 3 might have a slightly better photo quality. When it comes to video quality, the OnePlus 3's video quality is not as good as on HTC 10. Okay, so that's pretty much on the camera. I think I've spoken enough about the camera. So the camera is decent, and from my side, for social media links and for social media needs and taking pictures out and about, the camera is pretty decent now. Also, if you guys want to have a look at the video quality of the camera, front camera, the back camera, I will leave the links down below. The vlog that I recorded yesterday is on the channel already, and also a footage from the back camera. I will leave the links down below, and you can have a look and see should you wish to check the quality of video on the HTC 10 cameras. Okay, another frequently asked question is about battery life on the HTC 10. Now we know that the phone has a 5.2-inch Quad HD screen, so it's a very powerful pixel dense screen. Also, the phone has this time around a 3000 mAh battery, which is the biggest battery on any flagship phone from HTC. Okay, so now let's have a look at the photos. Again, to the gallery and screenshots, and I will show you, like in my style, as you guys know, I always show you evidence how we've been using the phone and screen on times both on 4G and also on Wi-Fi. So let's start off things after the update, which is the last update in August. Like I said to you earlier, showed you earlier in the video. So let's talk about what happened after the update. Here you go. So after the update, I took the battery all the way down to 4%, as you can see here, and I was using mostly 4G, no Wi-Fi. Just wanted to see how much the improvement on the battery life on the HTC is like. So once I finished with 4G LTE on battery down to 4% with the new update on, I got 4 hours and 2 minutes of screen on time, which is again a very nice decent performance when it comes to 4G LTE. Most phones, flagship phones, lost you around 3 to 3.5 hours. Only the S7 Edge and the Xiaomi Redmi Note 3 are the ones which gave me more screen on time on 4G. But generally, flagship phones where around 3000 mAh battery tend to go around the 3 to 3.5 mark when it comes to 4G LTE battery life. Okay, again, this was my heavy use. Even though in some screenshots you probably see the Wi-Fi line all the way across, but in reality it's scanning at the back end, so that probably means that it wasn't Wi-Fi 4G. But I can tell you and remind you every time I do that anyway. Okay, again, I took another screenshot at down to 4% on Wi-Fi and 4G, I think 4G LTE both, and I was able to achieve 3 hours and 34 minutes of screen on time. Now you must be thinking why the screen on time is less than as compared to what I showed you earlier. It's even less than the phone being only on 4G LTE. What the reason for that is because, guys, at the time I work in an area where there's not enough signal, and I've on and off said this in my videos, in battery performance videos, in various videos, that sometimes I forget to put the phone in airplane mode, and because of that the battery can be lost considerably, especially when the phone is looking for a signal. So that's why in some of the screenshots you can see the battery life was slightly lower as compared to what I showed you earlier. Again, down to 5%, 4G, Wi-Fi both, and once again I got 3.5 hours. And like I said, once again the reason was because I was in an area where a time signal will be weak, and I often forget to put the phone in airplane mode. Okay, now when I got home on my days off, I did the same usage again in a more stable environment where signal was more stronger, and I never had to put the phone on airplane mode. I was able to achieve, when the battery was down to 49% on Wi-Fi only, 2 hours and 23 minutes of screen on time. Now this is where this is exactly what I was talking to you earlier. In a better environment where you have more signal and you're not going to be putting your phone into airplane mode because of weak signal, then you're going to be getting some very good screen on times. So battery down to 48%, as you can see, almost 2.5 hours of screen on time on Wi-Fi, by the way. And then I finished this day further down around 2:30ish. As you can see, Wi-Fi all day long. I did use the GPS a few times as well, and with the heavy use I was able to eventually achieve 4 hours and 44 minutes of screen on time. That's the screen on time you should expect to get from HTC on Wi-Fi, and 4G LTE you are looking around 4 hours, maybe slightly less, depending upon how high your brightness is. If you keep the brightness around, I normally keep it around 50%, 60%. That's my average screen brightness. If you keep it around around that percentage of brightness, most likely you will get, like I said, on Wi-Fi over 4.5 hours of screen on time, and with 4G around 3.5 to 4 hours of screen on time. So the battery life from my side is good, no issues here whatsoever. Also, when I was using the phone at peak times, like when I was using it all the way across and lots of heavy stuff, even during heavy usage, still we had 1.1 gigs of free RAM memory. I took a screenshot specifically to show you guys how under intense and heavy use, as you can see, average used 71%, still the phone had over 1 gigs of RAM memory free, which goes to show how efficient the RAM management on HTC Sense is. Okay, again, I was watching a movie, this was in fact last night, and I wanted to see how much would it drain when it comes to actually the battery, just the phone, playing just video only. I watched 2 episodes of Lucifer. It's a TV show which I watched, and I think it was nearly 2 hours of watching. And eventually, as you can see, there's nothing else was using the phone, just watching movie and screen on time only. I was able to achieve 1 hour and 42 minutes of screen on time with battery down to 76%, which again goes to show that if you're going to be watching videos on the phone only, you will probably get a very good screen on time, maybe in the vicinity of 5 hours of screen on time. So battery wise, I think things have improved. If you're going to be in an uneven area, then obviously you won't expect much, and if you're out and about using 4G as well and Wi-Fi both, to expect to get around 4 hours of screen on time. But if you're in a more stable environment with Wi-Fi only, then I do expect to get around 4.5 to maybe 5 hours of screen on time. So battery wise from my side, no problems. Also, standby drain had no issues. I'm sorry I couldn't take any screenshots, but I can tell you when it comes to those working at the back end, it's working absolutely fine. Their optimization when it comes to standby drain is very nice, and you will have no issues in standby. And also the phone has Qualcomm quick charge 3.0, so it charges the phone very quickly. In an hour and a half, maybe less, you can get the battery top to all the way up to 100% from 0%. So no issues there whatsoever. Okay, another very frequently asked question online. Often people are asking me this under my videos. How is the HTC 10 as compared to the OnePlus 3? Obviously, the first thing that attracts you to OnePlus 3 is the price point. This phone is so cheap for what it offers. It has the same Snapdragon 820 as the HTC 10. Also, the phone has more RAM memory. It's got 6 gigs of RAM as compared to the 4 gigs of RAM on the HTC 10. Now, when it comes to cameras, the camera this time around on the OnePlus 3 is very nice. Both front camera and the back camera. In fact, the front camera is more powerful than the one on HTC 10. It's the 8 megapixel as compared to a 5 megapixel, but then the 5 megapixel is an ultra pixel sensor bringing more light in, and I showed you earlier in the video, it still takes very good selfies, so you'll have no problem with the cameras. But when it comes to specifically video quality, I think the one on the HTC 10 is better video as compared to the one on the OnePlus 3. OnePlus 3 still needs to work on their post-processing algorithms when it comes to a video side, but they're done well on photo side. So if you're a videographer and you want something more stable in video department, then I would say go for the HTC 10. But when it comes to pictures, they're both pretty much on par. Battery life, this also has a 3000 mAh battery, and this one also has a 3000 mAh battery. So battery wise, they're pretty much on par as well. Both will give you on Wi-Fi around 4.5 to 5 hours of screen on time. In some cases, if you keep the brightness low, the OnePlus 3 might even give you more than 5 hours of screen on time. Also, when it comes to my personal choice, I think I prefer the 5.5 inch size on the OnePlus 3, but then I also at times I've found the 5.2 inches size very nice. Often when I'm in my bed browsing the internet or reading articles, I find the HTC 10 much easier in the hand as compared to the OnePlus 3. But down the internet today is down to your personal preference. If you like big phones, you should go for the OnePlus 3. If you like smaller phones, much manageable phones in the hand, and you want a bit more elegant looking phone, I would say, then HTC 10 might be the one to go for. I know some of you will probably be furious, why am I calling HTC 10 elegant and not the OnePlus 3? Don't get me wrong, the OnePlus 3 is also a very sexy looking phone and very, very nice as well. I personally love it, but I think because of these contours and the chamfer edges on the HTC 10, I think it looks a bit more classier as compared to the OnePlus 3. Please feel free to disagree in the comment section. I don't mind listening to your opinions. But like I said, it all depends on you at the end of the day. This phone is obviously expensive. The HTC 10, OnePlus 3 is cheaper. So if value for money is concerned, I would obviously go for the OnePlus 3. But if you are a hardcore HTC fan, you want this nice set of boom sound speakers which might not be as loud but still give you nice quality. It has a built-in DAC as well, and also come with a laser autofocus and a very good video quality, then I would say go for the HTC 10. And most likely you're going to get Android Nougat quickly on the HTC 10 as compared to the OnePlus 3, as we know that when it comes to maintenance updates, OnePlus 3 has the upper hand. They send out too many frequent OTA maintenance updates, so many so that I'm yet to make 2 videos on this phone, one for Oxygen OS 3.2.4 and one for 3.2.6, and I'm struggling to catch up because they've released like 2 updates in 2 months, whereas these people, HTC, they have released 2 updates so far, the 2 big ones. But when it comes to major Android updates, I expect to get Nougat on this one a lot quicker as compared to the OnePlus 3. Okay, time for a conclusion now. Now that I've discussed almost everything on the phone, would I recommend this phone to HTC hardcore fans? I would say yes. But anybody looking for an alternative, I would say if money is on your mind, then go for the OnePlus 3. And if you want a top-end phone which is a bit more complete than the HTC 10, then I would say go for the S7 Edge. But if you are a hardcore HTC fan, you love their form factor, you love their sound, you love the inbuilt DAC, you like the laser autofocus, you like the new camera which is much more improved, you like the quick, fast fingerprint sensor, and you'll also like the ultra pixel front facing camera, and the most important thing, the form factor in the hand. If you like to use your phone with one hand, then definitely this is the one to go for. As you can see how easily I can move my thumb all the way across and then further down as well. I cannot do this with the S7 Edge. I also cannot do this with the OnePlus 3. So for most people, I think for majority, 5.2 inches is probably the best screen size you're going to find. So also I love this nice textured power button as well. So even at night time, you can see the difference between this and the power button and the volume rocker here as well. So I like this nice rough texture on the phone. On the power button is very, very nice. Small little delicate touches like the contours going all the way across, adds a bit of elegance. And HTC is the only brand after Samsung which has this with very X Factor kind of reputation. So if that's what you're after, then I would say yes, go for it by all means. Camera is improved, battery is nice as well, all day battery life, and overall sense has also improved with no performance issues and excellent RAM management. So that's pretty much it, guys. If you like my video, please give it a thumbs up. Any questions, please do feel free to ask me in the comment section, and like always, please subscribe as it really helps, and I shall see you in the next video.